Win or lose, I love my kids, the Mets, Jets, Knicks, and my Rangers. It is May 26th. It is Monday. This is not an afternoon trivia announcement video. Early blackberries. No afternoon trivia today. It's a holiday Monday. Huge night last night for Mr. Met. Big win for the Mets. It's 2 in a row over the Dodgers. And the Knicks making it a series again. Putting a little pressure on Indiana. Game 4 tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We have a few of these left, but not many. This is pretty much the end here of the honeysuckles. Congratulations to Spaniard Alex Palau, who won his first Indy 500, first career Indy 500. I know a lot of you guys were watching that yesterday afternoon. It's in the low 60s here in Richmond, Virginia, here in late May. Not incredibly rare. Would you call this a cold snap, Andy? It kind of is. Over here in my track, which is locked up today. All right, last night's feature presentation was 1956 World Series. 1993. It's a VHS tape. This VHS tape is worth quite a bit, like 20 bucks or so. Becoming a little more rare, and clocking in at 40 minutes. Not sure who the narrator was, but it stars, of course, all of the big names of the 1956 World Series. 6-game series that the Yankees were triumphant in over the Brooklyn Nine. Casey Stengel, Allie Matson, lefty hurler for the Dodgers. Enos Slaughter, Duke Snider, Jackie Robinson. Yogi Berra had a grand slam in this World Series. I didn't know that. Hank Bauer. Whitey Ford, Mickey Mantle, and of course, Don Larson, who was the MVP of this World Series with the perfecto in Game 5 at Yankee Stadium, striking out pinch hitter Dale Mitchell to end the game. And it was Babe Pirelli behind the plate, umping his last series of his long career. There's a little focus on him at the end. He played in the major leagues a little bit too. Born in 1895, played in the 19 teens a little bit, and then as a big umpire, he was behind the plate in 1935 when they were trying to rig it for Babe Ruth a little bit in his last year with the Boston Braves. They're saying, call balls on him, and the other Babe, umpire Pirelli, did not see it that way and called a tight one, called a very close one in that game on a strike on Babe Ruth, who bellowed to the umpire. There's 40,000 people here in this stadium that knows that was a ball, except for you, tomato head. And the umpire, Babe Pirelli, kept his cool, saying, yeah, but my opinion is the only one here that counts. Babe had no answer to that. I appreciate that. Kind of reminds me of being a trivia host. Great umpire. So yeah, it was Don Larson with the perfecto in Game 5, 1956 World Series. Still the only no-hitter perfect game in World Series history. That's last night's feature presentation, 1956 World Series, 1993 release, VHS. See if there's any openings over here at the field. Probably not. Alright, that's good. We got an open gate here. Up here to the field, might even have some things to snag. 6 days left, less than a week in the spring season of movie watching, and we're down to one must-watch film that will not be watched tonight. Tonight's feature presentation was just decided, and it is one that has been on the choices a couple times recently for the One for All the Marbles winner, but not selected. Cult of the Cobra, 1955 is tonight's featured presentation, boys. A lot of things going on here. This one, as we speak, is being viewed by Darth Raider himself, a film expert who, at last check, was about 20 minutes into the film and said, "This is a great gem, Peters." He sent me a clean upload. It's on. Darth and I will be synchronizing our feature presentation on this Memorial Day. This one stars Kathleen Hughes is in this. So I talked about her. She just died a few days ago at the age of 96. So a little tribute to her. Also, it's called Cult of the Cobra, so a little bit of a tribute to Shawkinator. Also has Richard Long in this, who was in, I really liked him in that Twilight Zone episode where he wakes up and his wife doesn't know who he is, and no one knows who he is, he doesn't exist or something. He was really good in that. And he was in one more episode, but he was also in the legendary film House on Haunted Hill, 1959, which was a film that appeared in Horror Fest 2023. Vincent Price. So Richard Long is in this. Also in this is Faith Demure. She's the lead actress, not Kathleen Hughes. Kathleen Hughes is a supporting character. See if there's some things to snag over here, but Faith Demure is the lead actress. She was in the 1956 film This Island Earth, which was the film that was riffed by MST3K, Mike and the Bots, in the 1996 film Mystery Science Theater 3000, the movie, which is one of our August season of movie watching must-watches. So she is in that film. And last but not least, my main man, Marshall Thompson, is in this in a big role. Can't wait to see him. Marshall Thompson, of course, who played Dr. Brad Wednesday in the immortal 1979 film Bog. Also a must-watch for the August season of movie watching. And it also is viewed at least one other time during the year. So always a treat to see Mr. Marshall Thompson, a little Bog alumni. It's always good. That's tonight's feature presentation. Darth says that this could have inspired G.I. Joe a little bit. I don't know anything about that, but it has there's some kind of military connection with the plot. So that also works for today. Now, one thing I did not talk about on my video for the spring season of movie watching, I did talk about Easter films. I talked about Mother's Day films. I did not talk about Memorial Day films. That is a personal preference. I know there's a lot of people out there that are war film fans and that kind of thing. My unholy trinity of film genres, if I had to pick, would be musicals, war, and western. They're just the ones I do not care for whatsoever. I would say in that order: musical, my least favorite; war, my second least favorite; and probably western. So you can go for it, whatever. And there's a ton of war movies out there, but this one has a little bit to do with that, so that kind of works. All right, guys, that's tonight's feature presentation. Cult of the Cobra, 1955. Looking forward to this one. Darth puts his stamp on it. It's gonna be great. All right, guys, cloudy day here today. As we remember all the people who died in battle today, this Memorial Day. Hope you guys have a great day. Be safe out there. And all right, guys, there's 6 days left of the spring season of movie watching, and we might be at the very end. May of afternoon trivia, more than likely, is finished, unless there's one later in the week, but more than likely it will not be. All right, so I'm going to see if there's anything to do a separate video to see if there's anything in the dugouts to snag. And so, all right, so until then, take care of each other, and God bless.